All right, a round of applause for the band. Fantastic band. Whoa. Young, beautiful, upbeat. Well done, well done. Love that. Okay, I know half of you are drunk. Well, the good news, the other half is still not. So I'm not going to give you a big lecture at this hour. You won't remember half of it anyway. But maybe, Justin, what we want to do is to show the second video. Forget the first one. I think everybody talks about disruption. They know about it. The second video. This has got to do with ITL group. I want the architectural department, the construction department, and the frog to do this not too long in the future. Come on, it will happen. Now, all those with smartphones, you're going to do a favor for me. Now, take up your smartphone and take a picture with me and remind yourselves, I told you this morning, why I wear sunglasses? Because you guys are so bright that I have to wear sunglasses. All those with smartphones, please snap now. Smartphones, snap now. Take these pictures to remind yourself how smart you are, how bright you are. Okay. All right. That was a trick, actually. I was going to see how many smartphones are there in this room. And half of you still do not have smartphones, which is a disaster. We have given you our own smartphones, and if half of you still don't have smartphones, it tells a story. Why YTL? We called it YTL. IBM called the people IBMer, right? Every YTL is called YTL from now, right? You're a YTL. Come on. And you know that there's a keyword called digitally intelligent, right? So I want to reverse the word called ID, intelligent digitally. So if you are a YTLer, you have to be intelligent digitally from now onwards. From today onwards, your ID in YTL, your YTLer, you're intelligent digitally. This is something to take away, what I want you to remember. Now, what else have we got? Have we got my old Jurassic website, YTL Community? Can you put on the YTL Community? Before this thing come along, I want to tell you what disruption means to us today in one sentence. 1,000 years ago, it takes 300 years for an average person to get the effect of change in any revolution, either from a stone age to a copper age. It takes 300 years for the average person. Life moves quite slowly. 1,000 years ago, 300 years before the impact of new technology. About 150 years ago, it takes 30 years for you to feel the technology. It means when plane and radio, TV came about, it takes 30 years. People win presidencies, like I say, through radio, and then television, black and white. Presidents, the biggest prize in the world, are won by technology, but it takes about 30 years. Today, you and I are facing a problem. It takes 7 years for an average guy to feel the effect of technology. 7 years, not 30 years. That's why we are having a big problem. The problem, if you look, where is the Jurassic Park picture? Okay. Look at this website, 2001, right? This was designed, YTL Community. Look at all these little icons, my lifestyle, my travel, my bills, my mail, my stocks, my games. In 2001, we had the vision. We're going to build a YTL community. And all this community, right, who are with us, who love the YTL brand, will be registered with us and love us as we grow. So we're talking about 12 million customers today. Question, are we recognizing these 12 million customers that already love YTL brand, registering them with emails? In those days when we did this, there was no email. There was only fixed phones. And yet, we collected cards. We had collected hundreds of thousands of cards. But I don't think today we remember, we are not ID'd, we are not intelligent digitally to understand 2001 what we were thinking. We are saying, listen guys, we're going to build a digital community where we're going to have emails. One day it will come and we're going to capture them. Where does this 12 million customers come today? Just throw a ball anywhere. 12 million. ERL is 10 million customers a year. Wessex is 3.5 million customers a year. One restaurant like Hutong is 1.5 million a year. Fish Village is 1.5 million a year. A hotel's 5,000 room is 3 million a year. You add this all up, you're talking about 10, 20 million. But are they your customers? They love your brand, but they are not even captured as your customers. We used to tell people, go and put a bowl and put people with cards. Put your cards there, and so that we can get this thing. I don't think anybody's doing it in the restaurants today, in our hotels today, and even hotels, we have registered guests. They have to give you the email anyway, compulsory. This is why we are not intelligent digitally yet, and we must now. 12 million to 120 is not a problem if all of us tonight gets it. Today, there is no room for guessing. We already talked about GE, and today, Clear Channel, for example, on a highway in San Francisco or anywhere in the United States, their billboards change in accordance to AT&T's customers. The moment the customers hundreds of thousands of cars goes by. They know they like to eat McDonald's, they like to eat donuts, and the ad will come out. Instantaneously, when they see customers that likes to have Starbucks, the next Starbucks is around the corner somewhere. This is happening today. So yes, you may say, hey, we have privacy problem, and give yourself lots of excuses not to catch your customers digitally. Give yourself excuses because we didn't do it. You can lie yourself till the cows come home, but tell you, your phones, you and I are captured by Google and all these people. They know where we move every day in our habits, whether you like it or not, whether privacy or not. That's why there's this big data analyzing. That's why Clear Channel can do what they do today. So you better wake up and say, we got to do it intelligently. Actually, these are our customers, 12 million, and we can grow to 120 quite easily if we register them. How do you do it? Those days we had a Platinum Plus, give points. Now you understand why hotels, marriages give points, airlines give points. We used to think we give points anyway. What does points do? It give you all your, your 60, 70% occupancy in hotels today. Your restaurants are 70%, let's say at best. There will be empty spots at less peak periods. These points, they could actually convert to some of this to occupy your less busy period. We had worked out in 2001. That's what we must build this digital economy and our customers. YTL has got our customers that love our brand. We are talking about rebranding our brand today. Actually, don't apologize. They love our brand. But it's our fault if we don't look after them well. It's our fault if we don't stay as customers today. We already told you in 2001, to acquire a customer costs a lot of money. To retain them once they're a customer is much easier. You want to be a digital champion like all of us can and should. We must change. We must change. Be in the center of the hurricane today. Stay in the center and collect all this data and customers for us. From now on, I want every young person, YTL Solutions should be leading this with the young people and collect and make sure there's a way to collect all our customers and interaction to make sure that we don't ever lose this again. Now, I'd like to show you two more slides, static slides about something very real about 2001, 2007, and then 7 years of revolution, and how does it affect people. If you look at this YouTube, you can see, if you type YouTube Francis Yeoh, you will see a very interesting, the 214K. So 214,000 people see me on the YouTube by Good TV. Unfortunately, it's 53 minutes long. Even 53 minutes long, it attracts 214,000 people. Let me show you another slide. This was our three tenors in Bath. This event started in 2003. How many people saw this program? 345,000 people saw this program. So between the two Francis Yeoh, you got 500,000 people watching Francis Yeoh. And who did this? Good TV or Taiwan. Look at that period. One is in 2001. This one is in later. But the point is, do you realize I already surrendered because our team can't, YTL Solutions, our young people at that time couldn't understand, maybe I'm a bit too visionary, too far, couldn't understand how to monetize this kind of good stories. See, this morning we talk about great stories. You guys are right. The young people instinct today are correct. You tell good stories, people will follow, right? And today we have fantastic good stories today. Tell me, which is the biggest selling book in the world? Tell me. The Bible. Why? The Bible is the greatest storyteller, right? Bible is, of course, telling God's story, but it's still a storytelling book that the world loves. YTL have got a great story to tell. We got to pay it forward. Look at all of what we've done, Frog, every of these things. We have such a great story to tell, and these are real story. Even my story that's not exciting attracted 500,000 people. Do you think YTL's story, if you put it well, cannot have another million or 2 million or 10 million audience? The paid forward stories, if you do it well. Let's think of monetization. Because I want to contribute to Good TV, because it's a Christian channel. How do I do it? I say, I surrender my rights to you. You use this, it's fine. Look at this period, 203, that tenor, the three tenors in Bath. 207, the big disruption, right? Facebook, internet, everything, Uber, Twitter, the social networks start to become. 210, they start to make this monetizable. What does that mean? When I have 500,000 audience, what does it do for Good TV? You know today, YouTube pays you an average of $7 per thousand hits or per thousand impressions. $7 on average per thousand impressions. For 500,000 audience, what Good TV got over the last 6 years is 1 million ringgit. So I contributed to 1 million ringgit to Good TV for a Christian network to help them spread the word of God. In the meanwhile, my story is more about how glory God is. I do two things. One, I spread a great story about God because we are steward of God. Secondly, I help them monetize this money for their good sake. And this is a Christian TV. They're not even the Google. Many of them are not Christian, I can tell you. Bill Gates was asked, you know, you're the richest man in the world. Do you believe in God? And he said, what's God got to do with it? A lot of people, we are trying to tell our story. We talk about unity, God's values just now, the directors. They are all real. These are all real. You want to survive and you want to do very well and exponentially multiply YTL's turnover and profits, we got to use the third language of machine. We got to be intelligent digitally. There is no excuse from tonight onwards for us not to go that way. So I want you all to remember tonight, take away. Half of you are drunk, half of you are not, but remind the other half who are drunk tonight, this story must be very interesting. If we go tomorrow out of here, and then next year or the year after or in 3 years, what is our mission? Let's have a moonshot, guys. Let's have a moonshot, girls and guys of our room. Let's touch 1 billion hearts. Let's touch 1 billion hearts. If we got 120 million customers, each family may have 5 people, right? You're really nearing 600 million. Okay. Let's have a moonshot. In 3 years, YTL is a force for good. Through our network, through our smartness, through being intelligent digitally, using technology, let's be a real force of good and touch 1 billion people. I can tell you on and on a micro how to do it. If I have to tell you how to do it, then we have no future. I believe, I ask the questions with my directors. You guys in this room, the young people, give us the answers. We know how to ask the right questions when we're already implementing some of them. But I won't bore you tonight. But we are in a hurry. But all of you, go home tonight and think about it. We have got a very, very, very bright future because we got a lot of young people here and a lot of older people here who are very bright and very experienced and very God-fearing. That definitely will make us beat many, many companies. We'll never be a Kodak. We'll never be that. That at least our directors will assure you. We will never allow the ship to sink that way. Never. But what I'm afraid is that we are too complacent and not taking advantage of all the gift of God that's given to us today. How to actually take advantage of the digital technology. When has ever YTL been afraid of technology? When has? We were the first, like Hong say, to do a 4G network in the whole nation on this earth. When have we been afraid? Yes, we cannot find the answers today, but we must find the answer with you tomorrow. Out there, there's no reason to second guess any system today. No reason. No reason. So much power has come to us at so cheap a price. Ladies and gentlemen, our YTL here. God bless you in this wonderful journey with us to glorify Him. And also, let's enrich 1 billion lives through all our products and services in the next 3 years. Thank you. God bless you.